ByteDance just dropped Seedance 2.0 and Hollywood is losing its mind over hyper-realistic AI videos. Google released Gemini 3.1 Pro with double the reasoning power of its predecessor. The Pentagon is threatening to blacklist Anthropic over AI ethics. A lawyer lost his entire Google account after uploading legal documents to NotebookLM. China's Kung Fu robots performed on national television, showcasing where they're beating the US. And a Pulp Fiction co-writer just got 3 movies funded by putting AI in front of his production company name. Let's break it all down. Hey, welcome back to Shrimpy AI News, your weekly digest of everything happening in artificial intelligence. I'm your host, and we've got a packed show for you today. Let's jump right in. The biggest story this week is ByteDance Seedance 2.0. If you don't know ByteDance, they're the company behind TikTok. And their new AI video generator has the entire entertainment industry in panic mode. Here's what happened. Someone plugged a 2-line prompt into Seedance 2.0 and created a hyper-realistic fight scene between Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. Not a parody. Not obviously fake. A polished, professional-looking movie scene. Generated in minutes. Rhett Reese, the writer and producer behind both Deadpool movies, saw it and posted, "I hate to say it. It's likely over for us." The Motion Picture Association immediately fired back, accusing ByteDance of, quote, unauthorized use of US copyrighted works on a massive scale. Sony sent a cease and desist letter. Multiple studios are now in legal war mode. ByteDance responded by saying they respect intellectual property rights and are implementing steps to strengthen current safeguards. But here's the thing. Researchers at the University of Melbourne suspect ByteDance knew exactly what they were releasing. One computing researcher called it a strategic play to flout the rules for a while and get marketing clout. Whether intentional or not, mission accomplished. Everyone is talking about Seedance now. And the clips people are sharing online are genuinely unsettling in how realistic they look. The punches in that Brad Pitt fight scene? They stop just short of landing, exactly like real movie choreography. Which suggests the model learned from actual film footage. This is a line-crossing moment for AI video. We've officially entered the era where a single person with $20 and 40 minutes can produce content that looks like a Hollywood production. While ByteDance was making Hollywood sweat, Google quietly released one of the biggest model upgrades we've seen in months. Gemini 3.1 Pro is now rolling out across Google's products. And the headline number is wild. On ARC-AGI 2, which is a benchmark that tests whether a model can solve entirely new logic patterns it's never seen before, 3.1 Pro scored 77.1%. That's more than double what Gemini 3 Pro achieved. Double. On a reasoning benchmark. Google is positioning this as a smarter, more capable baseline for complex problem solving. The upgrade is hitting the Gemini API, Google AI Studio, Vertex AI, NotebookLM, and the consumer Gemini app. What's interesting is the phrasing in Google's announcement. They're releasing this, in preview, specifically to validate these updates and continue to make further advancements in areas such as ambitious agentic workflows. Translation: Google is pushing hard into AI agents. They want Gemini to not just answer questions, but to actually do things. Execute multi-step tasks. Run workflows. The agent wars are heating up. Now for the story that has serious national security implications. The Pentagon is threatening to designate Anthropic, the makers of Claude, as a supply chain risk. Let me explain why that's a nuclear option. If Anthropic gets that designation, any company that wants to do business with the US military would have to certify they don't use Claude anywhere in their workflows. Given how many enterprises run on Claude right now, that would be devastating. A senior Pentagon official told Axios, quote, "It will be an enormous pain in the ass to disentangle, and we are going to make sure they pay a price for forcing our hand like this." So what's the conflict about? Anthropic wants to prevent their AI from being used for mass surveillance of Americans and for fully autonomous weapons that fire without human involvement. The Pentagon says that's unduly restrictive and wants access for all lawful purposes. Here's the thing. Claude is currently the only AI model available in the military's classified systems. It was literally used during the Maduro raid in January. The technology is already embedded in US military operations. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei has always been outspoken about AI safety. But this puts him in an impossible position. Loosen the guardrails and potentially enable surveillance and autonomous weapons. Or stand firm and watch his company get blacklisted from government contracts. The implications go beyond Anthropic. If the Pentagon can punish an AI company for insisting on ethical guardrails, it creates a race to the bottom. Every other AI lab will think twice before implementing safety restrictions. Speaking of AI tools behaving unexpectedly, here's a cautionary tale. A lawyer named Brian Chase uploaded legal documents to Google's NotebookLM as part of routine casework. Within seconds, Google disabled his entire account. Chase is an adjunct professor at the University of Arizona Law School and a digital forensics expert. He uploaded text-only law enforcement reports. No images. No videos. Just legal text that happened to reference charges involving CSAM because that's what the defendant was charged with. Google's automated system flagged it as a terms of service violation. And when I say disabled his account, I mean everything. Gmail gone. Google Voice phone number gone. Photos gone. Contacts gone. Years of data, locked out instantly. He wrote on LinkedIn, Google stored all my photos, contacts, phone backups, Gmail account, and even my phone number. I cannot access any of it today. Google eventually restored his access after he appealed and agreed to their terms. But the whole ordeal highlights a massive problem. When you're locked out of Google, there's no human to call. No way to explain context. An algorithm flags you, and you're just done. And here's another wrinkle. Users on Reddit are reporting that NotebookLM refuses to summarize or answer questions about documents from the Epstein files. Public court records. Journalists are finding that US-based AI tools are blocking analysis of sensitive public documents that are completely legal to read. This is the tension with AI content moderation. Make it too aggressive and you lock out lawyers doing their jobs and journalists investigating public records. Make it too loose and you get actual bad actors exploiting the system. Let's shift to something a bit more spectacular. China's annual Spring Festival Gala is the most watched television broadcast in the country. Think Super Bowl, but bigger. And this year, humanoid robots took center stage. These AI-powered machines performed martial arts routines, synchronized dances, and yes, actual backflips, landing on their knees without a single stumble. They spun, jumped, and moved alongside human performers in perfect coordination. Kyle Chan from the Brookings Institution puts it bluntly, while China and the US are neck and neck on AI, humanoid robots are an area where China can claim to be ahead of the US, particularly in terms of scaling up production. The numbers back this up. By the end of 2024, China had over 451,000 smart robotics companies registered, with total capital reaching 6.44 trillion yuan. Government programs like Made in China 2025 have placed robotics and AI at the center of national strategy. What's significant about the gala performance isn't just the flashy moves. It's that China ran large numbers of nearly identical humanoids in synchronized motion with stable movement and consistent behavior. That demonstrates progress in both coordination and manufacturing scale. While American AI companies are building chatbots and AI girlfriends, as one UBS executive joked, China is mass-producing robots that can do backflips on live television. Let me end with a story that perfectly captures the current moment. Roger Avary co-wrote Pulp Fiction with Quentin Tarantino. He's been trying to get movies made through traditional Hollywood channels for years, and he says it was, quote, almost impossible. Then he launched General Cinema Dynamics, an AI production company. Suddenly, 3 features in production. He told Joe Rogan, just by attaching the word AI, and the fact that it's a technology-based company, all of a sudden, investors came in, and we're in production on 3 films now. The 3 AI films include a family Christmas movie coming to theaters this holiday season, a faith-based movie for Easter, and a, quote, big romantic war epic. Avary's experience captures the absurdity and the opportunity of this moment. The same industry panicking about Seedance 2.0 is throwing money at anything with AI in the name. Investors who won't fund traditional filmmaking are eager to back AI filmmaking. The gold rush is real. Whether the gold is actually there remains to be seen. That's your AI news for this week. Seedance 2.0 crossing lines Hollywood didn't think were crossable. Gemini 3.1 doubling down on reasoning. The Pentagon playing hardball with Anthropic. Google's content moderation catching professionals in the crossfire. China flexing with robot performances. And Hollywood investors discovering the magic word. If you found this useful, hit subscribe. I do these roundups every week. Drop a comment and let me know which story you want me to dig deeper on next time. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.